Russell for mining.com.au, and joining me today is the Executive Chairman for Terra Uranium, Andrew Vigar. Andrew, how are you today?
It's a pleasure to see you again, Shay. Looking lovely as always.
Oh, thank you very much. I put on my nice dress just for you. Listen, initially when we booked today's conversation, you and I were going to continue talking around Australia embracing nuclear energy, but instead, Terra's gone and slipped some news into the market. Let's probably focus on that for now. Tell me, Amer Lake, it's going to go ahead.
Yes, it is. We've been working on this for some time, and the market probably not up to date. So we did put out an announcement this morning. Apologies for the clash, and there are interesting things going on in Australia, and I very much look forward to talking to you about that in a week or two. But on Amer Lake, we've been advancing that acquisition. That's a very important one for Terra because it puts, as I say, pounds in the ground, because that is a deposit that has been drilled, has a resource in it on it. Although it's under the Canadian system, so under JORC we're not allowed to quote it, but it is fully compliant with Canadian NI 43-101, and Terra Uranium will be looking over the next year or two to bring that project up to compliance with JORC and hopefully advance it, because it's in an excellent location, right next door to the major operator in Nunavut, which is the northern province in Canada. And there's a major gold mine right next door. So unlike a lot of projects which don't have infrastructure, we have good access to the excellent infrastructure, as I say, within 20 kilometres of our deposit.
Now, you've been working on bringing Amer Lake into the Terra Uranium stable for quite some time. For those who aren't familiar with what Amer Lake's about, let's talk about those pounds in the ground. Surely you've got some key numbers there you can rattle off.
We do. The big number is 15 million pounds, of course, which is not insignificant. It's not a huge deposit, but it's a very nice size, and we think that that will grow substantially. Only a small portion of the deposit has been drilled to date, and that's been both diamond and RC drilled right in the central portion. And we'll be looking at expanding that deposit we'll firm up the core part first, of course, and then we'll be looking for extensions to that deposit. It's in the bulk low grade sort of category, so that's cheap open cut mining, and because of that, there looks like there's a good extensions. It's exploration, so we can't say it's definitely there. It goes undercover and then it pops up again a few kilometres to the east onto our ground again, and we have good indications there at surface, very similar grades of samples, and we're sure that that will come into resource as well. So yeah, substantial upgrades to come, but certainly not in the near future. We'll concentrate on what we have and then we'll step out.
I'm so glad you said that, because you've been planning on bringing Amer Lake in for quite some time now. I'm sure you're actually all across your exploration program. Tell me, what can we expect when those boots hit the ground?
Well, we'll certainly be going back to the outcrop, this deposit outcrops. We had some guys up there, it was only a few days ago. They flew in from Baker Lake, which is the local central logistics point. They've identified an outcrop. We've seen the drill cores still there on site, the old campsite's there. So we'll be refreshing all that old data. There's been nothing much done for about 10 years. And that's a summer program, which is, of course, this time of year, our winter, but northern summer. We'll also be looking at doing some summer work on our Hawk Rock project in the Athabasca, and then very much teeing up for a winter program on our primary Passfield project. We're going very nicely with that. I can't announce a partner, but we are discussing. It's going very, very nicely. I'm quite confident we'll be drilling that this winter. So that's our big target in the Athabasca. Different sort of program. AIM is the sort of thing we can do as a junior. And Hawk Rock, which is our northern project, there's the sorts of projects we can do for the $1-2 million range. Much deeper drilling needs a partner, and that's going very nicely as well.
Listen, Andrew, there's certainly a lot of progress happening within Terra Uranium. So thank you so much for this company update. And maybe 2 weeks from now, I will try and get you on and we can expand on the nuclear energy discussion within Australia as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because there's no doubt Australia's going nuclear.
Ooh, what a cliffhanger. Thanks for being here.